Hey everyone, thank you so much for having Kim and I on the call. Before we jump into the meat and potatoes of this, I wanted to give us a second to introduce so you guys know who you're speaking with. My name is Melissa Gallamy. I have been a coach for 8 years, which just seems kind of crazy to say because I'm still learning and growing on this journey myself. And I am a mama. I live in Northern California with my husband and our 3 children. And I was just sharing this story on one of my masterminds, but I have been home with my kids for 4 years. And it's crazy because when I first signed up, I didn't think that I would ever do anything with this business. I was working full time. I had 2 small children. Like, I just didn't see where I could add anything else onto my plate. My sole desire was to lose weight and feel confident in my skin. And that might have been a selfish start, but now it's become my passion and purpose to help empower other women who want to have that same confidence. And then I get to give them the tools to be able to transfer that into building a business if they choose, whether it be part-time or full-time or whatever that is. So I just wanted to share a little bit so you knew that you were talking with somebody who's just like you, right? Who puts on their leggings and their sports bra the exact same way. It wasn't like Carl Deichler gave me any magic dust and said, you're going to be the next coach that, makes this. It just was a decision. And I think Kim and I have some very simple tips to share with you guys today. And what I love about working with Kim is her and I are very similar, and we like to keep things very simple. We don't want to overcomplicate them or make it like there's this big, huge thing you can't do. So let me just let Kim introduce herself.
Oh, well, thanks. Hi, guys. So I also love sharing a little bit of background just because, like Melissa said, we're all the same. We're all trying to figure it out and constantly evolving in this business. And I've been coaching for about 5.5 years. And I always say the first year, I didn't really even know what I was doing, didn't come in for a business, but things can change. And I think that that's an important thing to hear is that I really don't like people to compare what you've ever done or not done in the past as if it's significant to what's going to happen in the future, because that's what's so cool about this business. The day you make a decision doesn't have to be your day one, right? It changes over time. So if today's the day you get off this call and you're like, okay, today's the day that is my day one to go forward to hit that goal for real, that's okay. Because I've done that over the last few years. Things have shifted, and things I never thought I would do or try and do eventually became a goal with a plan. And I say that with purpose because I think a lot of us have goals and we have these vision boards and we, have an idea of what we want to achieve. And then week by week, it goes and it goes. And like, what are we doing to have the plan to get to the goal? And that's what we're going to really unpack for you guys today. I didn't even tell you a little about me. I live in Southern California. I have 2 kids, age 7 and 10. I work a few shifts a month as a hospital social worker, and I work Beachbody now full time. And my husband is in law enforcement and his schedule is crazy. So my weeks are never the same. Never is it Monday through Friday and weekends are weekends. So I like to tell you that because I am someone who really believes that when you want to make this happen, it does not matter what your circumstances are, your schedule, how much time you have. It is about doing the little things consistently that will get you to where you want to be. So Mel and I have a presentation that I think you guys are going to really like. And I think we can open that up. Okay. And I'm curious, you guys, I think we're going to do the present mode. So in the chat bar, if you want to tell us real quick, how long have you been coaching? I'm going to look for your chat. So how long have you been coaching? And are you currently a diamond or are you pushing towards diamond? I want to know those things.
And I wanted to say congratulations because Kaylee did tell us that you guys, this was a small select group of women who are working together towards a goal. And so the fact that you are putting in those efforts and you showed up on this call today, that's huge, right? So it is great to be here with you guys today. Kim and I really want this to be an interactive call. So whether you're unmuting yourself or you're utilizing the chat, this call is for you. And we are firm believers that the more that you put into it, the more that you will take out of it. Please don't just be a sponge and soak everything up and not do anything with it, right? The purpose of a sponge is to be able to soak it up and then be able to sponge that out into other people. So just setting those expectations that we will be interacting. If you can have your screen on, keep it on, that'd be amazing. If you can use the chat, just like we said, and if you are able to really just interact with us and unmute yourself if necessary, we want you to have the confidence to take action today.
Perfect. And you guys, I can see you're all pretty much same page. So just double checking. I love it. You're all in the right place. You're all at the same kind of stage, and there's so much power in that. So I just want to talk to you guys for a minute about why. And this is where we're going to get interactive. And this is where we're going to unpack a few things. So I want to know, and don't be shy. If I see that you have your camera on, I might pick on you. If you can't unmute, I totally understand. But I want to know two things. And I'm going to ask you guys, and there's enough of us here that we can get through this pretty quickly. Why is becoming a diamond coach important to you? Not because your coach told you you should, but like why? And the second question we want to know is, how did you get to Emerald? Was it a spouse, a family member, best friend? I'm always curious. Who are the people that helped you get your first promotion? So if it's okay with you guys, and we did warn you, it's going to be interactive. I might just call in a few of you, okay? And I'm just going on my screen here, so don't panic. But I see Marcella. Is that how I say your name? Okay, can you unmute? Perfect. And tell us why diamond and how'd you get to Emerald?
Why diamond is because I want this to be like my career. I'm super passionate about health and wellness and fitness. And it wasn't until I even started coaching that like my parents even started listening to me and became a part of it. So I'm just super passionate about it. And I want this to be something where I can support my family and pay for things like vacations and, things like that. I want it to be my main job. And I got to Emerald, really, I guess you would say my warm market, I guess just some friends. And then later I've had family jump on after I reached Emerald. So
awesome. So it sounds like you've got a few layers in your Emerald already, right?
A little. I'm still working. I cannot get the people that don't know me and just see me on social media. I'm having a really hard time with that.
Don't worry, I promise. That takes time, and it's okay to enjoy your warm market, honestly, but to know that the day will come, and when that day happens, you're going to text your coach and be like, oh my God, a stranger on the internet just joined me. I promise it'll happen. You just keep plugging away on that end. It's just building that consistency and belief. So thanks for sharing. I love your why. I think that is so important, and I hope that you have that written down somewhere, maybe a post-it, somewhere you can see it.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. And then we've got, I'm going to just say the name. Is it Al? Is that you, Al? Al Land? Am I saying that right?
Sorry, no, that's Alina.
Okay, it's short. Got it.
Yeah, so that's how my Zoom is saved. So I didn't even realize it. Sorry. So I've only started doing this in January, and I've been overcoming my fears, and I think I've pushed a lot, but I know I still have a lot of work to do. But my why is for this career to help me to spend some more time with my family. So I've got my husband, I've got two boys, but I have a full-time job in corporate, and I'm actually a breadwinner at home. So there's a lot of pressure, pressure in terms of finances, but so it's very difficult for me to kind of cut my hours and do this, but I want to do really well in this, so I can actually do it at home. And I love fitness. I used to be a canoeist. I've always been kind of active, and it's just my absolute passion, and I would like to get back to it and make it my life. So, and Emerald, my husband helped me with that, so he's hooked on Beachbody.
Fabulous. Hey, I love it. And you guys, I'm sure you've learned this already, but having a spouse or a family member at the top is a good thing. It's in the top of your organization, and someday that becomes a secondary stream of income in your household. So those are great choices, especially in the beginning. I love your passion for this. And I also recognize that it can be challenging when you're the breadwinner and you have that pressure and you also have a passion that you really want to give your time. And so, this call is not entirely designed towards that, but I know you have incredible leaders in your upline, and I'm sure that if you take advantage of their advice, you'll be able to carve away the right amount of time and effort to get to where you want to be. But for sure, lean into who you have, because there's some awesome women who've done what you've done and more in your upline.
Yeah.
All right. How about Claire? Do you mind if I ask you, Claire?
I've always been passionate about health and wellness. I'm a health coach and a breath coach and Beachbody. I've just been doing the workout since about 2018 and decided to become a coach in January to help with the bills and just generally try to help other people. I became an Emerald coach about a month ago, and then last week the lady that helped me become an Emerald coach actually pulled out, unfortunately. So I'm working towards becoming an Emerald again.
That happens. It's okay.
I know. So just
It's okay,
disheartening,
guys.
but
It doesn't mean anything about you, and people are going to quit because they're not quitting on you, they're quitting on themselves. And it's a hard pill to swallow in this business. I know Melissa can relate. It happens to us all the time. I just literally hung up the phone with one of my coaches who had someone quit on her, and it sucks, but they're not quitting on you. It's their own dream, right? So Claire, you'll get that Emerald back with someone who really wants to be there soon enough.
yeah, and like Marcella said earlier, I'm not getting any sort of, you posting and not getting any sort of inquiries or strangers coming in. I'm relying on friends and family at the minute. So
that's also very normal, you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about that warm market, and it's okay. It doesn't mean it's a bad thing. A lot of times I think it's easy to compare, especially on your amazing team with some of the leaders you have, and you don't have to compare. They've been in the game a lot longer and it takes time. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm going to ask, I think we've got 3 more ladies to get through here. I see, is it Gunner? Am I saying that right?
Sorry, it's Courtney. I'm using my son's login.
No worries. I'm like, I can't assume anything anymore these days. Hi, Courtney.
Sorry. Actually, I am not in the pursuit of becoming diamond anytime soon. That is not a goal of mine. Eventually, yes, I want to become diamond. And I guess my why would be when I first made the call to action to have people come and join this group was to reach out to as many people as we could to improve on their health, to make them aware of their health and their fitness and how important it is. If someone would have told me this 10 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, right, whatever. But that's really my main goal, is to learn and understand and really absorb the information before I feel comfortable enough to take on other people and guide them.
Okay.
That makes
Good.
sense.
Totally. And I like that you also know where you stand. I think that that's important. And what's interesting about what you said is to help as many people as possible with health and wellness. Like, I got to tell you, if you helped as many people as possible, you would not only be diamond, you would probably be a 2-star diamond, if that was your intention and your energy. It's not about just chasing a title, you guys. It's about exactly what you said, which is having the ability to really transform people's lives with health and wellness. That's at the core of what is behind these ranks. It just means you did that with more people. So we'll come back and talk to you at another time, because I have a feeling that could shift. You could be a diamond and you're like, I don't know how that happened. It just happened, because the root of what you have is to serve people, and that's what we all need. So thanks for sharing. And then I see I've got a Patrick McNichols. Yeah, I know.
Hi, I'm Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
For being here. One of my little sweet angels messed with my computer. It wouldn't go on, so sorry. That's why I was late to the call. But so I'm kind of like Marcella, that I used to teach health and PE, and I played college softball. And so being a diamond is just kind of who I am. We've always been competitive. And I guess the thing about it is I was nursing my first child who is now 12. I have 5, and watching like a promo for Beachbody. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so doing this. And my husband and I have been doing it literally since 2009 and haven't looked back. And I didn't realize this whole time, like I've been advertising. Everyone's like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I swear by Beachbody. And finally I fell into this role and couldn't love it more. I think I'm just nervous that I'm like, oh my God, did I have beginner's luck? Like, what if I suddenly hit a wall? And, same thing is I'm getting no random outside people. I'm relying on friends and family, which is great. But I want to keep moving. I just feel like now I need to figure out how to do that. But yeah, so love it. Want to keep going and just, appreciate you guys taking the time to show us how. So thank you.
Oh, that is so cool. That's amazing. I feel like that's kind of how I was. Well, my husband did Beachbody for many, many years, and I used to run away and go to the gym, but he would buy like the DVDs from China on eBay. And then one day we realized, oh, like you could have a coach. And that's when I started and things happened. So same thing. He loves to tell me, imagine if you would have started this back in 2010 when I told you to. And I'm like, don't do that to me. So I totally get it. But yes, thanks for sharing. Your heart's in the right place and you have a passion. And I have no doubt that you stay that inherently rooted to your reason why you're here and you love it, then the rest will come as you learn and grow. Julie, are you able to give us your input?
Hi there. So I'm finally outside today. Anyways, I started really for self-accountability. And I also do have a client of bookkeeping that I would love to replace that I have to go into the office for and would love to make that income with the Beachbody income. So I too started P90X 12 years ago after my first was born on the DVDs. And, I always played sports or something up until that point. And now I'm just at a completely different stage in my life where, I'm not moving like I used to, and I'm not eating like I used to. So, I'm looking forward to my journey and then just kind of having, like I said, the accountability with the other people. And I mean, Diamond would totally be awesome. I would love that. And I'm just taking it one day at a time.
Love it. And yeah, the same time frame. My daughter will be 11 this year. So, through babies and then needing the solutions, Beachbody keeps delivering for all of us. And it's awesome. We have so many exciting things. So we're going to talk about how the exciting things are going to help you guys get to where you want to be as well. I felt like I had one more person, right, to call on. Things jumped around. Well, I don't know who's running Callie's, because it says Coach Callie, but I know it's not Callie. If you wanted to talk or if you don't, it's up to you. I think we're good, right? I think she's okay. We're off the hook. So now that we've got you guys,
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Hi. No, you're good. Hi.
I don't know how to get Kaylee's picture off. But this is Heather. I started with a lot of the other individuals in this group like 12 years ago. When I was with my baby and I was like, oh my God, I'm a CPA and how am I going to actually work out? Because I love to work out every single day. And then it's like, I have this new child. How am I going to work out? How am I going to work and fit it all in? So I started with P90X and the rest is history. And my why is just loving what I do. I love, like the results are crazy. I've never been able to get results like this ever. And I've been doing fitness for years and just wanting to help anyone that I can. So it's just the best thing ever. And I love the group. I love the accountability group, the friends, just everything about it. So, yep, that's it.
I feel like we should just bottle that up and sell that to everybody. That was so cool. Perfect. Well, I think I'm gonna let Melissa jump in too over here. And now we've kind of dug into your why. Mel, do you want to do this one? Or did you want me to?
No, I can totally take this one. And a couple things before we go off. Super love your guys' transparency. I really want you to understand that mindset is so critical, right? What you believe you can achieve. And I'm a firm believer in getting accountability from others. And so just a tip that we didn't have on here, but I wanted to throw out there is reach out to your sponsor, reach out to other mentors in the business. And I mean, even Kim and I might be able to squeeze something in is we'll give you social media audits and ask for that feedback, because if you feel like your post and your call to actions aren't getting the tractions, it could be just a small tweak that can get you to that next level. But also, newsflash, guys, it's not like we put up a post and people are just running to us either, right? It takes consistency. It takes you actually reaching out to other people and being vulnerable and getting uncomfortable. And Kim and I are actually reading a book right now, and I want to recommend it to you guys. It's called Do It Anyway, Girl. I actually want to put this in my new coach onboarding process because I think it's so important. So if we could offer you a book recommendation today, that would be it. It's called Do It Anyway, Girl by Michelle Cunningham. Really, really good. Okay, so do not start from scratch. This is what we want to talk about. Slow death march to diamond. We are going to stop that today. How many of you guys, by show of hands, drop in the comments, feel like you have just been like adding someone and then someone falls off, and then it's like you recruit 2 more people, and then one person who you thought was going to do it, they decide that this isn't for them and they step away. Okay, so you guys feel that too. I'm here to tell you, I've been a coach for 8 years now, and I can tell you how, like, there's been so many people who I've been so excited and they've been so excited and then they do nothing. Or flip side scenario, going back to what was shared is, you know, it kind of stings when people leave you, right? I've had so many people leave me, and people who were leaders on my team, people who were leading other people, people who were at 2-star, people who had been to leadership conferences, completely quit the business. That, just like Kim said, that's nothing to do with you. But I'm here to tell you, this business is not the same as when I signed up in 2014, and you can no longer slow death march to diamond. You have to take action, and it has to be quickly, right? And so what does that look like? Well, I would love for you guys to make a list of 25 people in your network, whether this be other moms that you see at sporting events or PTO or within your community, people that you see on a regular basis. Like, I live in a small community and I shop at the same grocery store. And so I see those women who work there all the time, right? It's so easy to strike up a conversation. A lot of the times I'm wearing Beachbody branded stuff. And so striking up those conversations, and it might feel weird or uncomfortable, but I promise you, if you step outside your comfort zone and have a conversation and say something like, hey, Kim, I hope that this comes as a compliment to you, but I am actually working on building my online coaching business. I don't know how much you've seen about it, but I'm looking for women who want to partner with me. This is what I see in you, and give them an example of why you would want them to join and invite them to do it. Diamond is actually really easy when you simplify it. It's essentially 12 people, right? That's your roadmap for Diamond. It's 4 coaches on your left, 4 coaches on your right. They all must be active. And then 2 of those people can be emeralds. And guess what? Those can be controlled accounts, whether it's your best friend, your mom, your sister, your spouse, whatever that looks like. But I would say have that clear map if you don't already have one. Do you guys have a roadmap that you're currently working off of that you look at every single day? You can drop it in the chat. Okay. So we'll make sure to get you guys an example of one. And so I wish I had something to pull up in front of me, but essentially you're going to look at that every week and see where you're at, right? So if you have a goal to get to Diamond before Summit, which I think you could do it before the end of the month, honestly, if you were really focused on it. But every time that you add a coach and they're active, or you get someone that is inactive, you even put them down, and you're going to fill in those bubbles. And you will see sometimes in the comment section too, can you just drop how many coaches, whether they are active or inactive, on your team you have right now, and PCs? Is it 2? Is it 8? Is it 4? Whatever that looks like. Okay, so 4 PCs, 1 coach, 3 PCs, that's 4. Okay, so I want you to know that those PCs are placeholders for getting you to Diamond as well, okay? So don't be discouraged by, oh, I only am signing up PCs. Guess what? That's an opportunity to convert them later, and not everyone's going to sign up and do what we want to do. If we could bottle up this filling and give it to other people, I'm confident that everyone would want to do it. But I know that that's not the reality, right? So you have to work with what you have. Sometimes it's also shifting the conversations to those 5 or 6 PCs or coaches and say, let's just talk about PCs or customers, and saying, hey, I see you showing up in our group every single day. I see you encouraging others. I see you sharing your journey. Did you know that's actually what I do as a coach? Did you know that you could actually earn back your investment? And so it's just those small conversations and planting that seeds of belief, because sometimes people don't even realize what they're capable of because they haven't given it the thought. Just like when I got started, I didn't think that I would ever build this business, but my coach planted that seed. And so I started to build belief and borrow the belief that she had in me that maybe I could actually do this. So if you need 10 people to fill your diamond roadmap, it'd be so much easier and so much more fun to get that done between now and the end of June, right? And so setting those goals. We have a new launch right now that can light up your downline and really help people get to that level. And the energy and the excitement that you go into these launches will absolutely breed into your team. I'm a firm believer that if people don't know where they're going, they're not going to join you, right? So it's up to you to cast that vision. And if you really want to do this, you have to go out and share that with your customers. You have to share that with your family. You have to share that with your existing team, because you could have somebody on your team right now who would maybe your next diamond. But if you're not having the conversations and helping them connect the dots and inviting them into doing this with you, you'll never know, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I needed this opportunity more than I ever realized. And I think that's where a lot of people feel like, well, I'm just not going to force this on other people. But how selfish of it is it of us to keep this to ourselves when it could transform someone else's lives solely based off our own insecurities? I want you to just think about that for a moment. And I want you to drop in the chat, what's something that is transformed in your life since you joined your team that you think could help someone else? Is it more confidence? Is it additional income? Is it improved relationship? Is it new friendships? Are you kinder to your children? Right? People need this more now than we could ever imagine. I would never be home with my children today if I had listened to the doubts and the fears and not gone against the grain and just kind of went all in and became coachable. I would not. Kim and I actually we are on the same upline team, but we don't benefit monetarily from each other in any way. She's not my coach. I'm not her coach. We have just become really great friends because of this business. We get to travel together. We get to mastermind together. We get to do life together because of this. And for me, that's such a blessing, right? And so thinking about those things, who in your life, and I want you to make a list today of 25 people that you know could benefit from this. We're going to call this your chicken list. These are people that you are going to send simple invites to, and you're going to say, hey, I'm doing this thing. I'm really loving it. Would you entertain a 10-minute conversation with me? Or my team's hosting a sneak peek. Can I send you an invitation? I promise you there's more people paying attention to your posts than you realize. And there's so many silent observers. And if you allow yourself to dim down and not shine bright like you've been called to, you're going to miss out on that opportunity. The other thing is if you decide to quit, I always think like I would be quitting on people who I haven't even had the ability to touch yet, right? I haven't even had the ability to impact. So take just make it very simple. Diamond is simple. It's a decision. We all know 12 people in our lives right now that this could benefit from, right? So start having those conversations. Utilize that launch. If you didn't listen to the National Wake Up Call yesterday, actually Kim was our National Wake Up Call speaker, and she talked about how to prepare for launches and how to get excited and how to lay out that roadmap, right? And utilize that. We are just coming off of gut protocol. And I think, guys, You guys have a phenomenal leader who can help you with all of those questions that you have around gut protocol. Utilize that. Relaunch it again every single Monday, right? Go into fire and flow with so much energy and excitement. We also have Lift More coming this summer. We have big launches and we have events coming. This is a great opportunity for you to just go all in and create those roadmaps and get yourself to diamond. And so before we get off this call, what I would like for you to do is, number one, let me know that you're going to commit to making that list of 25. And number two, I would like a diamond date. And I don't want to put pressure on you, but I also want you to know if you don't have a target to shoot for, you're just basically throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that it'll land somewhere, right? So giving yourself that timeline and saying, I will be diamond by, and you put whatever date you're pushing for that. Okay. Kim, you want to take this one? Or I can do this one.
I can do it. Yep, we're
Right.
good. So you guys, I think that when someone sat me down and said this to me, it was like a penny drop. And I was like, oh, now I get it. Something as simple as, I'll take Success Club, right? You want to help Success Club 6, okay, which is the minimum. And I really encourage you to at least make 10 your shooting star minimum each month. But Success Club 6 in a month, right? That means if you reverse engineer, you have to help 3 people get started. And if you do this, like every 7 days, you send a cart. So if you have, let's say, 50 conversations, maybe you have 5 days a week where you talk to 10 people a day. Out of those 50, if one person says yes, let's say by Sunday, check the box, you're at SE2. Do that again the next week. Check the box, you're at SE4. Do that again the next week. Check the box. You've helped 3 people. You're at SE6. And here's the good news. You still have a week left in your month to focus on the people you brought in, their progress, asking them if they have any friends that want to join them because they've been doing this for a couple of weeks. Maybe they do. Maybe you're already getting them to help one and you've got half an emerald, or they do have 2 friends and you've got a new emerald below you. If you guys can take that concept and you can use that as a little bit of a compass for the next couple months, and that's me making it as simple as I could possibly make it, right? Let's say you want to help 2 people a week, 3 people a week. The more conversations you have, the more people you have to talk to, the more seeds you're planting, the more funnel conversations in your funnel you have month to month. Don't think that those 50 people you spoke to in week 1 are 50 people you'll never talk to again. They continue in your rotation, right? And that allows you to get a yes, maybe 3 months from now, maybe 6 months from now. So the work you're doing today is not going to pay off today. And if you can reverse engineer what the goal is, and I do believe that Success Club goes hand in hand with Diamond, because I've seen it happen where sometimes you get a bunch of friends and family signed up as Diamond and cool, you lock it in, but then maybe for 2 or 3 months, you don't really help anybody, or you help like 1 or 2. But you guys know some people are going to go inactive or quit. Then everything crumbles. I'd like to say the cookie crumbles. So I don't want that to happen. We spoke about the slow death march to diamond, which is basically adding 1 or 2 PCs. They quit. You're like, 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. This is so hard. But it's not hard when you reverse engineer the goal. So for example, someone in the chat said, I have 8 people in my downline. That is awesome. Let's work with that number. 8 to me, I'm like, oh, you're diamond. And you guys think I'm crazy, but no, hear me out. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 people. How many people do we want to help for SC10? We want to help 5, okay? And when you're going for a big goal, your actions, your conversations, your follow-up is going to be a little more intentional, a little more focused. The time you're spending on your business when you're going for a goal is going to be more. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If you really want to run and you don't want to do the slow death march to diamond, then you go. And it doesn't matter who quits, guys. The people who quit, you get 5 seconds to go, oh, that's a bummer, and you move on. They do not get your time or energy because all that does is suck out the goodness out of you. Let's go find the next 3 that are not going to quit. That's all that happens. Clear the air. I like to think of it like, okay, bless and release. Those were not my people, because I don't want the people I have to drag on my team anyway. And yes, it's disappointing, but I promise you it's a gift. You do not have to beg people to stick around. The people who want to stick around, just like you guys, have that deep reason why no one has to tell them. So here we go. We got 8 people. We've got, oh, such a good amount of time this month. I'm looking at my calendar. I have a calendar right here. It's only the 10th of the month. We have 21 more days. I love this. This is so fun. I'm good, easy math. 21 more days, 3 weeks. That is essentially where you can help anywhere from 3 to 6 more people. That's not crazy. That's not crazy. That's not me telling you to go sign up 50 people, guys. 3 to 6 people. You would be so much closer to diamond if you do that. And that doesn't seem that hard, right? So I hope that helps you understand how, like Melissa said, set your date, not because we want to put pressure on you, but because if there is no date and it's open-ended, kind of like, okay, I'll get there. I'll get there when I get there. No, people don't run a race without an end and a finish line. This is your race. And here's kind of the good news in this business. There's going to be many races to run. And you end a race and you're so excited and you get your trophy and you feel like, yay. And then you look around, you're like, oh, I got to do that again. That's what this business is. I promise you, over and over. And sometimes it's exhausting and sometimes it's exhilarating. And our business is a little bit of a roller coaster. So I love the saying that a goal without a plan is a wish. And I don't know if you guys already put the date in our chat. I don't think I saw it, so forgive me if I'm repeating, but can you guys tell me in the chat, what would be your realistic date to get to diamond? Knowing that we have 21 days of the month, knowing that we have Fire and Flow launching and Gut Protocol, which has been incredible. And it's the gift that keeps on giving.
And I believe someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but if you achieve diamond by June 2nd, you will actually be recognized at Summit as a diamond, which is super fun.
Exactly. And I love that. I think that's a great goal. If you weren't sure what to say your goal is, June 2nd is, you know, kind of within the time frame, gives you about 23 days from now. So I don't want you guys to be scared of the goal. If you're not a little bit anxious about what we're talking about, if it doesn't make your like stomach kind of bubble a little bit, you're not really doing anything that's exciting and hard, right? If it's easy, it's easy. You don't get those feelings. The feelings means like that energy, that excitement, that anxiety, it's propelling you forward. Don't let it make you freeze because that's too often what happens, right? I'm sure you guys can relate to that. Mel, I think we can go to the next slide.
Okay, so our next steps in wrapping this all together is number one, knowing that your job is your journey. So when's the last time that you've gotten results and what have you shared that you can show the women that are currently in your group, right? So thinking about that, when is the last time you talked about your journey and you shared that openly? And if you're currently doing that, congratulations, because so many people are afraid to do that. I want to just let you know that. But also, when have you gotten results? When's the last time you hit Success Club? Are you doing that consistently, right? Not just about the physical transformation, but your job is your journey. And once you can take control of that, you will understand that this just becomes this incredible journey with no end date. But like Kim said, it's critical to have those timelines on there, right? That's why we have hard starts and hard stops to programs, right? If we just all did 21-day fix and it never ended, it wouldn't be the 21-day fix, right? Or 4-week gut protocol or 80-day obsession. What does that look like? And then what results can you show from the women in your group? Go in and cheer on these people and celebrate them. Maybe there's somebody in there right now who doesn't have the confidence to do that, but having a post up that is you celebrating them can be that light switch, can get to that point where they're like, wow, look at how many people celebrated me on her post. Maybe I should go do that too. And then you're encouraging them and saying, hey, Kim, look at all those people who are loving on your post, who are giving you comments. Can I help you invite them to do this with us? Because how you're feeling right now, don't you want to share that with other people? Sometimes it's just spoon feeding them and helping them understand. And then the other important thing is like, be the CEO. You have to show up for this business. That means that Kaylee is not having to tell you, hey, it's the 28th of the month, you're still not at Success Club, or hey, I see you're at Success Club, but you don't have an HD order, or you haven't been showing up to team calls. Like, be the CEO. We have the ability to build this business to anything. And I think honestly that scares people when they're like, but I'm not a CEO. I just signed up because I wanted to be a coach and I wanted to be a part of this journey and get my discount. and now I kind of want to help people, but like, I'm not a CEO. But if you shifted your mindset to thinking like, if I show up like a business owner every single day, it'll compensate me that way. Little story, when I first got started, like it didn't take long for me to go all in because I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Everybody needs this. However, I wasn't thinking with a leader's mindset. I was just basically kind of sort of doing things, and like I got great results. I lost 22 pounds in my first 42 days, and I was attracting these women. I went diamond in like 42 days. I went to Super Weekend, which was 2 hours away. I drove to Summit, which was 14 hours away. I did those things, but I wasn't consistently checking into my back office. I didn't understand the comp plan. I wasn't hitting Success Club all the time because I didn't understand all the ins and outs of it, until I had one of my coaches come to me, and she was so excited that they had made these changes to Success Club. And I honestly had no idea what she was talking about. And in that moment, I had this check in my spirit that was like, if I'm going to lead other people, I need to know what's going on in this business. And from that moment forward, which was like 9 months into the business, I was already a diamond, but I wasn't thinking like a leader. Everything changed, right? So when you wake up on Thursday morning, go and check your downline, see who's projected and active, go and start having those conversations, reach out to your coach if you have questions, figure out the comp plan, utilize the tools that are there. We didn't want to get in here and give you another, like, here's how you do this. Here's like, we know that you come from an incredible team with phenomenal leaders. We wanted to give you some simple steps to get to your goal, because this is very easy and you can totally do this, but you have to take ownership. You have to flip your mindset and knowing that it is absolutely possible for you. And you have to get really intentional about where you want to go and who you're taking with you, because that's when it starts to change, right? Kim just posted, it took her 2 years to go diamond, right? So it's
crazy?
not, yeah, it's not like we're coming in here and being like, we're the best at all these things. We're saying from experience, these are things that we've done, that we've helped other women do, but also we've learned along the way. And that's a part of your journey. You get to fail forward and learn so that you can help other people not make those same mistakes or duplicate the same success that you've had. It's such a gift. And I'm confident that you wouldn't be on this call at 10 o'clock in the morning or wherever it is in your time zone, investing 45 minutes of your time if there wasn't something in you that just had that tug on your heart saying, why not me? If she can do it, so can I. Right?
You're so right.
Our
Yeah.
upline, yeah, our upline is Christina Delgado, right? So we're like, if she can do it, we can too. She's proof what's possible. Melanie and Keely are proof for what you guys too. So you just have to draw a line in the sand, get uncomfortable, be coachable, and take action consistently.
I love it. And, you know, just a couple real quick ending tangible tips, because I know that always helped me. I took 2 years to go diamond because I didn't understand what that meant. And at the time, my team was like really in a, I don't know, like a weird growth mode. And we knew it. We didn't have a lot of direction and we really stumbled forward. So I tell you that because there's hope, but you don't have to do it the way I did it and be so slow at it. Please check your coach office. Even if you're like, oh, I only have 2 people. I don't care. Those two people matter. And I want you to get comfortable in your coach office. If you can't do it daily, set a reminder in your phone that every Sunday you go log in, because I need you guys, like Melissa said, to be a CEO and owner of your own destiny, and go look who is projected red. That means they're going to be inactive and maybe you're going to even drop rank, and you don't want that, especially if you're holding emerald. That's your cycle bonus. That's your volume. There's no reason you should drop emerald. And if you have, then your next job like this week is to replace what is missing there, but every Sunday, if not every day, because that gives you from Sunday through Wednesday, and I say 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because we're not playing games. Like, I'm not waiting to watch the clock for like 9 o'clock when you're sweating and someone didn't do something. You can even pull that back and say, it's got to be on Tuesday by 8 o'clock. Get your stuff figured out with people that you're waiting on to place an order, get active again. But also something Melissa taught me, and I will never forget it. And I swear I have to thank her for kind of helping me hit my 5-star last year. I was in the qualification for 3-star a few weeks in, and I saw that there was a red flag going somewhere in my downline. My coach is going to drop her diamond. And I called Melissa and I'm like, I don't know. it's not really worth it. Like this is too hard. And she said, nope, you go and you help your coach ask that person who's inactive if they'd be willing to place an order. Maybe they need some product. You never know until you ask. And it was so hard for me. And I got so nervous. And I thought, well, I really have to try. If I don't try, I'm mad. And because I listened to your advice, because I got in the depth with my downline, because I didn't just leave it to chance and ignore my coach office, we were able to ask that conversation, had that conversation with that woman who happily needed to order some product, placed her order, and we held the 3-star, which then helped me get to 5-star that much quicker. We didn't have to kind of start over. And I tell you that because you need to have a backup list. I promise you, there is no coach in this business who doesn't have their extra backup besties if they need to call them and say, I really need you right now. I'm going for a big goal. Could you maybe try some collagen in the glow stack this month? It would help me so much. Or, maybe I can send you a gift card if you would be helpful, help me in my business goal here. You guys can get creative, but do not wait and hope that the things will work out. You have to put your pride aside sometimes. You have to have that backup bestie list to call on them sometimes if it's just plugging one hole, plugging another hole, because I feel like no one talks about that. Right? It's kind of hush hush. And I'm explaining that to you because that's where I had wake up moments last year as I worked towards being an elite coach and doing the things I'd never done. There's a lot that you can get in control of if you're willing to kind of plan for it, right? It's your backup plan. So if you've never heard that before, if that's news to you, it was news to me at some point. I hope it's helpful. And I do hope that this gave you guys the confidence to go out there, get your action plan going. And again, lean into your incredible leadership, lean into each other. Like Melissa said, maybe take note of who's on this call right now. Maybe take note of who said, I'm a new coach, I'm a new emerald, whatever it is. And if you're like, oh, she's cool, I see her on these calls, I have never really reached out, send her a DM and ask her, do you want to run on this goal together? Can we check in with each other? Can we get on a Zoom call and like plan it? Go for it. That is the coolest part of having this team. And the other thing I want to encourage you to do is shout yourself out today. Take a screenshot of this training. Make sure that you tell people that you are a rock star coach and you were invited to this exclusive training and that you got some big goals and you're putting it out into the universe. Like, let's solidify your, what's the right word? Your coach career, that it's real, it's not just this fluffy thing, and own it, because too often we dim it down and we pretend it's just a thing on the side. No, you guys are doing this. Like Melissa said, you didn't show up today just to like hear us talk, right? You got to go and get some action going. So thanks you guys for your time. Melissa, was there anything else we need to cover or any quick questions? I like to keep it down to less than an hour if we can.
Yeah, I don't have anything for you guys, but do you have any questions that Kim or I can cover really quick while you have us?
I love just reading this. Thanks, you guys. I'm so glad that you found this helpful. And I think the only thing I see all the time, and Julia, I see your hand up. Please just let go. Let go of the people that quit. I see so much of that coming up in the chats and people holding on to and thinking like it's your fault or you're not good enough, or no, let it go. Bye-bye. They'll come back if they want. That's it. Julie, what's your question?
Okay, so really like my biggest like fear, not fear, but I still keep trying, is getting these people that aren't part of my warm group, that aren't my friends and family. And I'm striking up conversations with the people that we have common interests with on the different social media. So how long in for both of you did it take you to build that relationship, make that ask, and get that first unknown?
Wow. I think that book, Melissa
Person.
suggested, is so helpful for that. I think you're going to love it and get some real tangible tips. I was almost going to just say, I feel like that's what Melanie Chic Influencer is so good for. I was a part of that a couple of years ago. That's kind of a lot of what they help you, and even her podcast, if you guys aren't in her Chic Influencer. The other thing I'll say is sometimes I think people tiptoe and baby step around the invite. Like, you've had a lot of those peripheral conversations and you're just like, well, they'll come to me when they're ready. No, People are not going to come to you when they're ready. They think maybe it's too expensive, or they think that you're better than them and you're more fit than them. They can never do it. It's up to us. It's what we do. It's what we share. It's no secret to go after you've had a few conversations and just do it. Like, send the invite. Hey, Julie, I know we've chatted a few times, and I don't know if you've seen my most recent post, but I'm opening a brand new group for summer. I'm so excited about new nutrition and workouts. Is this something you'd be open to hearing about? Open the conversation. I think we wait so often. Oh, they'll come to us. And I don't believe in that. I might just do it. Who cares?
My advice would
Cool. Thank
be,
you.
share your story. Share who you are, not just the Beachbody stuff, because for me, I really feel like that is what's helped build my credibility. Is people know I'm a real person that has had real struggles, that has had real failures. And so the more that I share those things openly, I've been able to connect with my cold market per se. And I don't feel like anyone who's in like on my friends list and is following me is necessarily a cold market, because I do share a lot, right? There might be people who I haven't had the opportunity to start conversations with yet, but that's an opportunity. And so that's why that engaging piece and getting to know who people are is so important. Like just showing them love, sending them birthday messages, commenting on their pictures, taking that intentional time, even if it's 15 minutes a day, doing that, because that's how amazing friendships are going to be built too, right? And they're going to have that trust with you. So that would be my encouragement.
Cool. Thank you.
Of course.
Well,
Anything
thanks, you guys. I can't wait to see the announcements pop in a few weeks' time. I know we're going to see some of these, and stay in your lane, put your blinders on. Don't let that comparison get to you. You guys are in here for all the right reasons. We heard from you in the beginning about what's on your heart, what's within you, why you decided. Like, no one told you you had to do this, right? You want to do this. And when it feels hard or you feel stuck or stressed, remind yourself, like, this is my choice. And this is a pretty cool job. I mean, this is part of our job. I love it. You guys are like the best coworkers. I work with some people that I probably would never want to go on a trip with or happy hour in the hospital. Like, it's just the best ever. So keep working at it and, lean into your upline. They're amazing women. And I know we're always like, what's the secret? Like I follow Callie, I follow Melanie, I follow so many of your teammates for inspiration and ideas. So you guys are lucky, and you're all really strong, powerful ladies. So just do it. Get out there and figure out that list and send the invites and break it down. Simple. You can do it.
Yep, you guys got this. Have an amazing day. And if anything comes up and you have questions, feel free to reach out to either of us on Instagram, and we will try to address those. But we believe in you because we know it's possible when you just make a decision and you let go of fear and holding yourself back. So have an amazing Tuesday, ladies.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.